Okay, ji. Question number one. The question is from quadratic equations, and obviously now you know that it has what? An equation. So when it has equation, so that clearly means that obviously we're going to what? Solve this. We're going to solve this. And obviously it's a quadratic question. So we'll be solving this through what? Middle term breaking again. So what we can do is this is what? 1. 1 into 16 is what? 16. Factors of 16. That means in which table does 16 come? We have 116, 2, 8, right? Then we have 4 and 4. These are the values of what? 16, factors of 16. So we need minus 10 in between. So 1 and 16 and 4 cannot give me 10. But 8 and 2 can. So this will be x square minus 8x minus 2x plus 16 equal to 0. Taking common from these two will be x minus 8. When we take common from this will be minus 2 x minus 8, which is equal to 0. So x minus 2 equal to 0, x minus 8 equal to 0, x becomes 2, and 8, x becomes what? 8. So these are the two answers that we have for part 1. Remember this thing, that when you take common, we see that x is there, so x comes out. So when x square at x comes out, you are left with x. From 8x, when x comes out, you are left with what? 8. Similarly, we see that this is x, right? This is x, and this is x as well. So can we just say that this thing will be used as minus 2 will be taken out, and plus will become what? Minus. So x minus 2 is one factor, and x minus 8 is the other factor. So this will be the equation of x is equal to 8 and x is equal to 2. Similarly, in part 2, what do we have is 1 and this is 1 and this is 25. So 25 factors is 125 and 5 and 5. So we need 10. 125 will not be considered. So we are left with what? 5 and 5. So what we do is x square minus 5x minus 5x plus 25 equal to 0. We take common x minus 5. Minus 5 common, x minus 5. What are you left with? All the brackets and this is same. So x minus 5 is equal to 0. X will be equal to what? 5. This is the answer for what? Part B. So this is 10. Factors of 10 are what? 1 and 10, right? Then what do we have is 2 and 5, right? So can we say x square plus 5x minus 2x minus 10 equal to 0. So x is common, x plus 5 minus 2 is common, x plus 5 equal to what? 0. So x minus 2 equal to 0, x plus 5 equal to 0. So x will be 2 and x will be what? Minus 5. These are the two answers for part D. Let's say this is 3 into 1 becomes 3. So factor of 3 and 1 are 1 and 3. 3x square plus 3x plus x plus 1 equal to 0. So 3x is common, x plus 1 plus 1 is common, x plus 1 equal to 0. So 3x plus 1 equal to 0 and x plus 1 equal to 0. X will become what? Minus 1 upon 3, right? And the other one is minus 1. So this becomes what? Part n. The other thing is 3 into 1 is 3 again. Factor of this is 3 and 1. But since you need to have is, minus 3 here. So this should be plus 3x minus 1 equal to 0. 3x is common, x minus 1 plus 1 is common, x minus 1 equal to 0. So this will be 3x plus 1 equal to 0, x minus 1 equal to 0. X becomes minus 1 upon 3 and x is equal to what? 1. If we look at part n, so what we did was 3 multiplied by 1 was 3. So factors are 1 and 3. Since we need 4, so 3x plus x. 3x plus x will give me what? 4x. Common from 3x square plus 3x is 3x. This will be x plus 1, right? And there's no common here. We take 1 as common. So the other thing is x plus 1. So 3x plus 1 equal to 0 and x plus 1 equal to 0. Plus 1 goes on the other side, becomes what? Minus 1. And plus 1 goes on the other side, minus 1, and 3 multiplied, it is divided here. So x is minus 1 upon 3 and x is what? Minus 1. Same case in part O. This is minus 3 plus, so that we end up getting minus 2x. Common between this, so this is 3x. You're left with x minus 1. Common between this is 1. So this is x minus 1. So 3x plus 1 equal to 0 and x minus 1 equal to 0. So this will become plus 1 becomes what? Negative, and 3 is being divided. And plus 1 becomes what? Negative 1 becomes what? Positive 1. Now let's just work upon D. What did D say? D says 3 into 3, right? So how are we going to solve it down? Having 3 into 3, that means 9. 1 and 9 becomes what? 10. So what we can do is we can use 3x square minus 9x minus x plus 3 equal to 0. Right? So can we just take common between these two? 3x. You're left with x minus 3. Minus 1 common, x minus 3 equal to what? 0. So 3x minus 1 equal to 0, x minus 3 equal to 0, x becomes 1 upon 3 and x becomes 3. So these are the two answers for part D. Part E. Can we see 5? 5 into 2 becomes what? 10. So factors of 10 are 1 and 10, 5 and 2. So 5x squared minus 5x minus 2x plus 2 equal to what? 0. Common between these two is 5x, x minus 1. Common between these two is minus 2. X minus 1 is equal to 0. 5x minus 2 equal to 0. X minus 1 equal to 0. X becomes 2 upon 5 and x becomes 1. So obviously these are the two answers for part E. X is equal to what? 2 upon 5 and x is equal to. So part F says we have 6 and 3, right? So can we just say that 6 and 3 can directly be used what? 18. 6 and 3 will be used what? 18. So can we just say this is 6 and this is 3? 6 into 3 is 18. Factors of 18 will be what? 118, 2, into what? 9 is 18, right? 3 into 6 is 18 as well, right? So can we just say 9, 2, 18, 1 and 6, 3, right? So we have 6x square minus 9x minus 2x plus 3 equal to 0. What are the common between these two? 3x. So this remains 2x minus what? 3. And minus 1 is common here. 2x minus 3 equal to 0. 3x minus 1 equal to 0. 2x minus 3 equal to 0. X becomes 1 upon 3 and the x becomes 3 upon 2. So these are the two answers for part F. Let's just work upon part G. As I said that there was a typing error, so we have changed it to 12. So x square minus 4x minus what? 3x plus 12 equal to 0. So this will be x minus 4 and this is minus 3. X minus 4 equal to 0. So x minus 3 equal to 0, x minus 4 equal to 0, x is equal to 3 and x is equal to what? 4. So these are the two answers for part G, 3 and 4.